Hey guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gamers. Some of you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Far Beyond the World. So let's go ahead and jump right back into it, guys. Please sit back and I'll entertain you for the next 18 minutes, and let's jump right in. Ooh, excuse me, alarm chain, you're up, and let's go. Hope you guys are enjoying the spooky Halloween intro for the month of October. Hope you guys like it. Anyway, here we go. Okay. Alright. Back up a little bit. It's the symbol of Tiernan. It represents the infinite crossroads. He states as if it were obvious, and I raise my brows at him for an elaboration. What do you mean? It's a mythical meeting place where countless paths intersect and the worlds come together. Huh. I muse, an odd, comforting smile stretching involuntarily across my face. What? It kinda makes sense, doesn't it? Where else would our paths have crossed, if not here? At first he blinks, but then the wolf smiles back at me. One of the reasons why I knew we were meant to meet. I see the dandelion served you well. He nods towards my pen as he finally secures his massive sword. More than you can possibly imagine. It saw better days, though. I guess it's time to part with it. Rannick now nods towards the fire, and I frown at the suggestion. Wouldn't look good for you to go out there with a wilted weed on your shoulder. True. I concede reluctantly and remove it from its rightful place. Despite the flower being quite disheveled, I regard it with deep sentiment, and the wolf notices it. Don't worry. From now on, I'll get you a new one every day for as long as they'll be in bloom. Let's not resort to dandelion genocide. I chuckle, appreciating his gesture. One every few days would suffice. As my lord wishes. He bows teasingly, and I smile. I toss the flower into the hearth, watching as it instantly evaporates in the fire. Come! His paw invites me towards the door while he douses the flame with water. We step outside into the pleasantly tepid evening, and I jump merrily over the uneven step as the wolf closes the door behind us. I see you've cut on. He smiles with satisfaction at my antics. Did you trip over it? Not since the first time we went out, I reply with pride. I've seen Trist stumble, though. It was pretty amusing. I was thinking about replacing that lower step, he admits as he's carefully bypassing it. No, leave it. I shake my head merrily. It gives your house character. You just enjoy watching people trip on it, don't you? Maybe. I shrug teasingly while the wolf takes a knee near one of the bushes. When he gets back up, I'm presented with a freshly picked dandelion. Here you go, Moondrop. He winks, and I can hardly contain a blush as I struggle to place it securely in my pen. We walk towards the town at a leisurely pace, simply enjoying each other's company. Seeing how the village is pretty much empty, I take this opportunity to strike another conversation. So, Cora, I whisper in a taunting fashion, and he straightens up in surprise at my choice of topic. What about her? She seems nice. I wink, and he immediately blushes. Okay, whatever you heard, it's not like that. Relax, I'm just teasing. I laugh, interrupting him before he can start some awkward explanation. I figured it out. You did? Wait, what exactly is it that you figured out? The wolf sounds quite apprehensive, and I chuckle, seeing his ears lower in deference. Only that the two of you play pretend to get some peace of mind. Or did I get it all wrong? I let the question hang playfully, and he blinks in astonishment. Huh, you actually did. Are you saying you thought I'd be dumber? No! He protests, almost as if he thought he really offended me. I'm just impressed. Again, just teasing. I laugh, shaking my head. It's uncharacteristically easy to ruffle his feathers tonight. And then again, I suppose he just doesn't want me to get the wrong idea. It must be hard being the most eligible bachelor and her being the most desirable maiden. It's more complicated than that, he mutters uncomfortably, looking to the side. True, it does keep others at bay, but it mostly keeps our fathers from pushing us into each other's arms. They got quite heavy-pawed with it once Cora flowered. Oh. It's awkward enough when everyone wants to bed you, but when your own father tries to push you into bed with another. Yeah, that is kind of fucked up, I admit uneasily. I can't even imagine how miserable I'd feel in his proverbial shoes. Once we start pretending we're a thing, they'd eased up a bit, most likely thinking they've accomplished their goal. Rannick scoffs in annoyance, and I lean in, trying to catch a glimpse of his saddened eyes. So you don't like her? I love her, but more like a sister. He exhales through a soft smile. When it comes to anything beyond that, I couldn't. I mean, I could. I definitely could. The wolf chuckles nervously, obviously hinting at her good looks. But I don't want to. He notices my intense gaze and gets redder and redder with each word. It's clear he's uncomfortable with the idea of them getting intimate. Cora's a dear friend, that's all. I want her to be happy, and that happiness does not lie with me. What makes you so sure? His green eyes center on me, and the wolf gives me a kind, encouraging smile, almost as if he thought I was getting defensive. Perhaps I was. I'm not sure myself. We knew each other since we were pups. If Cora and I were to fall in love, we would have done so already. You said that the feelings don't matter when it comes to sex. To the tribe, they don't, but Cora is not my intended, and thus I won't be messing needlessly with her feelings. It's the last thing she needs, he mutters confidently, drawing a reluctant smile from me. You're always so mindful of those around you. I guess. Rannick shrugs. I definitely am with Cora. I feel sorry for her more than anything. Why? Because of her father. She doesn't really have that much going on for her. What? I blurt out through a chuckle. She's one of the most stunning she-wolves I've ever seen. Oh, God, guys, I need water. 1 second. Okay. Oh, got some water. Oh, I got my throat. No arguments there. He scoffs in amusement. But looks aren't everything, not in the tribe. The wolf shakes his head with a worried expression. Vithir is just an advisor. His position isn't something he can pass on. True, but he has the bakery and lots of money, from what I've gathered. Yes, and all that goes to Dreher. He is Vithir's primary heir. My confidence wavers and I frown. Wait, so Cora is left with nothing? Pretty much. The wolf shrugs again. She has to make a name for herself and secure a match that'll provide a future for her. How is that fair? Her tribe is rarely concerned with fairness. The first pup gets everything, the rest are just spares in the eyes of our fathers. That's horrible! I know. He agrees through a shallow nod. That's why I don't intend to sow my seed left, right, and center. I'm no Vithir. If I'll have a pup, I want it to have a future. I've been doing everything I can to help Cora entice other males. Dating a future chief makes one quite desirable. I finish for him. Exactly. I love that you're such a kind wolf. I bumped merrily into his shoulder, trying to cheer him up, as the conversation took a rather heavy dip. It's not like I'm not getting anything in return. She's pretty good at keeping other females at bay. Before we started this charade, it was getting quite frustrating at the feasts. Different females draping themselves over me. Oh, the horror! I tease, mimicking the expression from the scream by Munch. His lips flicker slightly, their edges curving up in a subtle smile. I mean, I do like females, but I'm not into harlots. I'm a hunter. He states with pride, giving me one of his challenging looks. I like prey that's hard to get. Oh, yes, I mused playfully. I put up quite a fight swooning over you, didn't I? Do not give up in my quest to cheer him up, and finally he lets out a chuckle. Swooning and being desperate are two different things. Besides, I like your swooning. The wolf murmurs, leaning into my ear and taking a surprised nibble at the lobe, sending a shiver shooting down my entire body. Cats, knock it off, you silly babies. This cat went over there and just fucking bit him. What are you cats doing? Biggie. Biggie. What are you doing, you silly cat? Are you okay? Biggie. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay. Silly cats. The wolf okay. There, you did it again. Swoon for me, Moondrop. My heart speeds up, and I stop in my tracks while the wolf continues on, paying me no mind. As I stand there struggling to contain my embarrassment, I see his tail taking wide, satisfied swings from side to side. I smile, touching my ear where his fangs nipped at it, and take a moment to savor the first time he actually made a conscious move. It felt nice and sensual, and I can't believe I'm getting worked up by it. I take a deep breath to cleanse myself of all this pent-up energy and rush to catch up, matching his now brisker pace. Once we arrive at the clearing, I immediately focus on the bonfire. The scent of burnt wood accompanied by soothing crackling became a much became such a permanent fixture of my life here. I stare with joy at the flame as the flames twist and flicker, constantly shifting form. This place always invokes such a homely feeling inside of me. Despite the grounds being quite lively, I can see that the central table remains mostly empty. There's only Vul, Tano, and what appears at first glance to be a bulky male almost as big as Vul himself. When the male walks up to chat with the black wolf, to my surprise he turns out to be a she, and she's pretty well endowed. Once we arrive at the table, we're immediately intercepted by her, and I assume that's Regara. Whoa! Damn, girl, you fucking thick! To say she's imposing would be an understatement. I'm sorry. Who is this, and why do I have a sudden urge to squeeze him into my bosom? Not gonna lie, it looks like quite a comfy proposition. Who am I kidding? I know who that fucker is. You wouldn't shut up about him. The she-wolf laughs and then looks at me with amusement. Let me see. She grabs my face in that now familiar farmer inspecting his livestock fashion. He's quite cute, in a feeble, fragile sort of way. The female snickers, but her attention immediately drifts towards my collar, and she pokes at it with her claw. Ah, but what's this? What a shameful display! Shoddy craftsmanship! My father's eyes are not what they used to be. Were you really in such a hurry that you couldn't wait for my return? She looks to Rannick, and the male shrugs awkwardly at the question. I mean, it's good enough. Good enough? Regara scoffs. This is your emblem we're talking about, not fucking hinges. I'll get a new one made straight away. Rannick's clearly troubled by that suggestion, and his worried gaze ventures to me. I bring my hand discreetly towards my collar in a protective manner to make him aware that I don't want a thing changed. No need, really. He insists on my behalf. This one's perfectly fine. You sure? She seems a bit confused, giving me the collar and giving me and the collar another look. Well, damn shame. Would have loved to work on something intricate like that. But I guess you're right. I mean, he's just a ward after all. The female erupts in a burst of bombastic laughter, quite similar to Vithier's. Anyway, what must a battle-hardened alpha do to get some lubrication around here? She casts her eyes over the table, causing Vul to get up with a clay bottle in one paw and a spare cup in the other. He pops the cork with his teeth, pouring clear moonshine right onto the goblet and passing it to her. Ah, cheers, handsome. She is mommy as fuck. She is like muscle mommy. Holy shit. Regara clinks the cup against the neck of the bottle. I needed something stronger than that weak piss. She downs the contents of one go and sticks the goblet right back under Vul's nose. Woo! Now that got some fire back into my veins. Give us another one, you beautiful beast, you! She laughs as the black wolf refills her cup with a bemused expression. Once she empties it again, she walks to the table and clangs the goblet against it. Move, Snowball! The female nudges Tano, effectively pushing the smaller wolf out of the way. This is my seat! He protests in annoyance, but she only snorts at him. Not tonight, it isn't. I have important stuff to discuss with the chief, so move, or I'll eject you myself. Clearly seething with anger, he's imminent to cause a fight, but to my surprise, Tano closes his eyes, sighs, and scooches over to the side, allowing her to seat herself comfortably. Heh! Come here! I blink as the world swishes in a forward direction, and I'm effectively pulled into her lap. She's holding me like one would hold a lapdog. Cute little fucker, isn't he? I can understand why you're so hell-bent on him. The female calls to Rannick, and he blushes awkwardly as he takes his seat. Mama wants to smush this baby as well. Yes, she does. Oh my god. Oh, I fucking love it. She's amazing. He's a bit scrawny, though. You need to feed it better. Luna forbid you touch it too heavily, lest it falls apart. Don't worry, he's sturdier than he leads on. Vul pipes up between sips of the Everclear, drawing to his dismay her now more flirty attention. Hey there, looker. I missed your grumpy muzzle. Oh god, he looks so nervous. I'm pretty sure she could fucking crack his pelvis in two. She sends him a wink, making the male increasingly uncomfortable. I don't think I've ever seen him flustered like this. He's almost blushing. Why don't you trade places with the tiny scrub? There's plenty of room. Regara pats her lap where I'm currently residing, and I nearly explode with laughter. I'd pay to see that! We could have a drink together. He stutters and clears his throat nervously. I'm fine. Piglet can be your drinking companion. Piglet, eh? She looks at me with a toothy grin, pinching at my cheek. Now that's a fitting name for a ward if I've ever heard one. But I doubt he could hold the pace. How much can a little tick like him drink? You'd be surprised. Ticks drink quite a lot if given a chance. The female gives me a curious glance and smiles. Well, I'll gladly witness that. Before the banter could continue, I noticed the chief and Vithir approaching from behind one of the screens. I guess they took another walk to smoke their leaf. I wonder if it's some form of weed or just regular tobacco. Finally, we've been waiting for you to grace us with your presence. The old male grumbles, looking at Rannick with displeasure. I had to go and check in on Orion. Who's Orion? The chief blinks, only to quickly center on me. Ah, the human. He's been doing fine. Surprisingly, very little trouble. Heh, speak for yourself. Vithir grumbles in clear displeasure, giving me a less kind look. I guess he didn't take Cora's misadventure well. Get that thing off your lap. You're making a spectacle of yourself. The chief waves his paw at me dismissively. Regara frowns at the comment and gives me a confused look. Instead of saying anything, she simply shrugs and helps me off, allowing me to take a seat in the narrow gap between her and Vul. I guess this is yet another time when I won't be sitting beside Rannick and his expression sours. I'm about to get up and stick by his side, but that's when the chief's voice echoes loudly. Is everyone settled? Seems so. Fuck. The male looks around the table, causing me to abandon my plan to switch places, and I do the same. Marissa is still missing, and Cora is nowhere to be seen. But besides that, the table seems to have the same setup as before. Come to think of it, I can't see Trist either. Good. I don't think Marissa will be joining us anytime soon. Those two didn't look too good. Whoa, what? They'll live. Friend and Naya are strong, and they're in good paws now. Oh, you don't even know the half of it. I hear Tano's taunting words and my stomach churns. Marissa's skills as a healer grew incredibly over the past 2 weeks. Why this here human was at the cusp of death when they brought him in. And look at him now. Will you give this damn nonsense a rest already? The chief bangs his fist against the table, causing me to jump. As if we didn't have more important things to worry about. Which one is Aldris? Aldris is the girl, I think. Yeah, Aldris and Dran. Yep, okay. Well, I shouldn't give it a rest. He makes a valid point. The human is still our primary concern. And with Aldris's contemptuous tone joining the fray, all my innards are tied in knots. I thought you decided not to attend the feast while he's here. I've decided to make an exception. Of course she fucking had. Did I miss something? Why is the human a hot potato? The large female asks in a hushed tone, causing Vul to lean in. Just ignore it, or they'll have another fight over him. This girl will ravel us with her inflated battle stories while we have an intruder in our midst. Regara chokes on her drink and clangs the cup angrily against the table, turning to face Aldris with a rather annoyed look. I'm sorry if my patrol being ambushed by raiders is an attention hog. I'll gladly listen to the imminent threat this little tweak poses. Alright guys, I'm gonna pause it right there. It's late. I'd go a little further, but I'm tired. It's past 12. Alright guys, we got a good bit of a new character, Regara. I love her so far. She's awesome. I want to see more of her. Call her Battle Mommy. Oh, I love it. Battle Mommy. I love it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a super thanks or a dip if you can. It always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!